All right, we welcome you back to a special report here on the Spirit Media Network. Happy Hump Day. It's a happy Hump Day if you're a Brandon Bulldog fan, as the Bulldogs have their new head football coach. A lot of excitement. Sam Williams, he's the new head football coach of the Brandon Bulldogs. He joins us on the KDMC Guest Line now. Cloud 9, have you come down off of Cloud 9 yet? I don't think you have time to.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think, a day like today where you're getting around and seeing a bunch of people, meeting a few new people, but, for the most part, like I told you, it's more of a celebration for me and for a lot of people that I knew growing up that are still in the county, still in the district, at Brandon High School. So it's just been a lot of fun just reconnecting with people that I have a lot of respect for and that have a lot of respect for me. So it's been a really exciting day.
I know it was hard for you to leave Ridgeland because I know what those kids in that program mean to you. Just kind of being around you the last few years, the Blitz 16 banquet a couple of years ago. We sat at the table with you and your lovely wife, Javius Purvis, and his family. Just being able to watch you interact with these kids, I know how much these kids mean to you. How difficult was it to make the decision to leave Ridgeland?
Yeah, I mean, that was the hardest part about it, was just the relationships that I had established in a short period of time and what those kids meant to me. And that was really the hardest part of the whole decision. I mean, a normal time, it would have, to me, been a no-brainer as far as coming back home to Rankin County. But, the thing was, when you look at those kids in the eyes, anytime you start a program, you promise those kids certain things. I've always been a guy that wanted to hold my word true and follow through on everything I said. And I had to look at a group of kids in the eyes and tell them the one thing I did accomplish was providing y'all with continuity. But I told them everything else that I promised you, I did it till the day, and will do until the day I walk out that door for the final time. I've loved you. I'll push you. I'll try to make you a better man and a better person for the future. So, always hard to let people down. I tell people all the time I don't like letting people down. But I know that, this was a well-prayed-on decision and one that my wife and I both feel very at peace about.
Was there a deciding factor that you can share with us that said, this is it, we got to go now?
I wouldn't say there was just any one deciding factor. There's just so many good things about both places, both programs, both administration. And I think at the end of the day, I just felt like this was a place where I could come and put roots down and put my family down and put my kids in school, and a place where I never had to look over my shoulder and people would never worry about where I was going next because I was at the top. And I do think it's one of the best football jobs in the state of Mississippi, and hope we can grow it into the best football job in the state of Mississippi. So I don't think there was any one factor, but I just think that all of the things that Brandon had to offer kind of tipped the scales in that direction.
Tradition is one of those things that Brandon has to offer. A lot of good football players have come through that program. What would you say to Brandon Bulldog fans and alums that they may not know a lot about Sam Williams? What would you tell them?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just share with them the same thing I've shared with everybody today. There's been a lot of great football played at Brandon High School, been a lot of great players that came through. I'm not trying to be like anybody that's been there before. I'm trying to be Sam Williams, and I have a certain way that I do things. It all starts with relationships and developing relationships with the kids, or developing relationships with the community and rallying the community around something that they can be very proud of, and it's almost an identity for this town. I know that anybody that's ever watched the team that I've coached play just knows how hard they're going to play, knows that they're going to play together, knows that they're going to all be working to accomplish the same mission. And we're going to be an exciting bunch from a gameplay standpoint. So, at the end of the day, I think the one thing Brandon's always, it's missing. And they've been to South State Championship, 6 times, I think it is, been to a state championship 1 time. But you can't be afraid to talk about, shooting for that goal. I mean, that's got to be the goal. You got to find a way to go chase it. And, we've got a lot of things that we have to, work on to get there. And that standard of excellence, though, will never drop no matter what the results on the field end up being.
How many of the players have you had a chance to interact with so far, the Brandon players?
I got to meet all of them this morning. Mainly is a large group, and I should be back, later this week to kind of get going in the afternoons, get to meet them a little more, get to meet them on a more personal level. But, more or less just kind of group discussion, tell them, what it was going to be like, program. I tell people all the time, I'll talk about the stuff that our program is going to be like, because it's not lip service, it's what I live, it's how I act every day. So just told them this morning, shared with them about what the program's going to look like, what I expect, what I wanted them to start changing today, and hopefully, as I get in there, tomorrow and later this week, we can really start implementing some of that stuff and start shooting toward the future.
Brian Marshall kind of joked about after we were wrapping up in the press conference this morning. He said he joked with you one time and said, "Hey, do you ever think you would wear red and black?" And you said you think you could manage it, think you could pull it off. Well, now you are going to get to wear red and black as the Bulldog head football coach. I can't tell you how excited I am for you, getting to know you over the last few years. It's going to be exciting, and you've got our support. We look forward to seeing what you do on the field here in August 2021.
Well, I appreciate it, Jason. Thank you for having me today.